Hari Om. Sai Ram, Vanakkam, Namaskar, Vandaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Sat Sri Akal. We looked at abundance previous week. Today, we move on to something called success. A very, common word that people use day in, day out, people in all levels of society, right? Age is immaterial. They all use this word. So again, this is a word of multiple interpretations, right? My question is, what is your interpretation of success? You see, in the universities, right, whether I'm teaching undergraduates, postgraduates, or professional studies, professional students, I always ask them, what is the definition of success? And then I ask a secondary question to that. That's always a primary question. What is the definition of success? Then I ask them the secondary question. Once they've defined success, I ask them, do you think success is a journey or do you think it's a destination? I normally ask the same question to all my spiritual people, my shishyas. I ask them, when you want to embark on a journey, I say to them, when you want to embark on a journey, you plan, obviously you know the destination where you're going. You plan the route and you plan all the requirements that you need to make that journey. You even say, okay, I'll drive for 2 hours, then I'll stop at this place. And then after half an hour, I'll go here, I'll go there, So in your life's journey, your journey of life, how are you planning for it? What do you think success is? Is it getting a degree or getting a master's or getting a professional qualification and then landing a good or well-paid job, director or whatever you want to call it, a CEO, CFO, CTO, all the C-suite titles, right? Materialistic journey, what is your definition of success? Spiritual journey, what is the definition of success? I mean, all the requirements are different for both journeys, right? So what is the journey that you want to make? And what is your definition of success for that specific journey, right? So let's look at this story of a yogi and his disciple, right? So this yogi was walking with his disciple. They walked for many hours, and finally they could see the horizon, the city. So they were making their way towards that. It was almost, sunset. The sun was setting, and obviously, this yogi and his disciple, they had no money with them, on them, right? But they needed to eat some food and they needed a place to stay. Now, the disciple already decided in his mind, Master is going to beg for food and probably will end up sleeping in the park or under a tree somewhere. So he's thinking like this. Then the disciple, instead of, waiting for the master to say something, he said, okay, Master, there is a big park not far from here. I can see trees and whatnot. Maybe we can sleep there at night, and maybe there's some fruits that we can get from the trees, in the open air. The yogi said, sleep in the park. You mean sleep on the bench in the park? The yogi asked, and the disciple said, yes, Master, yes. Because the disciple thought the master, the yogi, was very happy. But the yogi smiled and said, no. Tonight, we are going to sleep on a warm bed and we'll get some good food too, right? The disciple was thinking, how could this be possible? Because we don't have any money with us. We cannot afford to buy food, and certainly we cannot go in even to a cheap hotel. And the master, the yogi, said, come sit beside me. And the yogi said to the disciple, when you focus your mind intently on one subject, it is possible to make that intention become true. The yogi closed his eyes and then he started to meditate with full concentration. And he was in a state of meditation for 10 to 15 minutes while the disciple kept opening his eyes on and off and looking, And he said, okay, let's get up and go, the yogi said. So they got up and they walked through several streets, alleys, until they came to a hotel. Now, the hotel was quite a good hotel, and the disciple was thinking, what are we doing here? How are we going to say, And the master could sense the disciples' anxiety, and he said, "Come, let us go inside." When they just set the foot inside the hotel, a well-dressed man approached them and said, "Hello, I'm the manager of this hotel. You look like two traveling swamis, yogis. And I don't think I will be wrong to think that you have no money on you. Well, two people I was expecting to come to clean the kitchen did not come. If you want to clean the kitchen for a couple of hours, I'll give you, some food to eat, and you can sleep in one of the rooms upstairs." The disciple was really shocked. The yogi said, "Thank you, sir. We will do. Tell us what to do." And, they were told what to do. They did it. They had a warm plate of food. And of course, they had a nice warm bed, a nice small room, but nice room. The disciple was perplexed. He asked the yogi in the room upstairs, a few hours later, "Master, did you use any kind of magic, or, did you say any mantras or anything like that? How did you manage this?" The yogi smiled. The master smiled, and he said, "I wanted to show you the power of your thoughts. The success you can achieve with right thinking, and, the amount of power that is behind right thinking and right acting, right speaking, right thinking, right speaking, right. When you think with full and strong concentration about something that you want to happen, you have full belief that it will happen, and the faith that God will make it happen for you without any doubts, that thought will materialize. And how strongly that intent is, that quickly that will materialize. That is why when I was meditating, I was completely lost in the thought of getting food and a warm bed, more for you than for me. I said, that's the secret of concentration. That is the secret of visualization, having full faith in the power of your thoughts. That thinking right, that is success. That's what the yogi told his disciple, empty your thoughts, just fill it with what you think you want, and it will be, it will happen. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life. It is about what you inspire others to do. How superbly, poignant is that? See, the most important key in success is having the discipline to do what you know should be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Right? Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. And that is the definition of success. When you go in search of honey, be prepared to get stung. So when you get stung, you will be successful in getting the honey. Till I see you next week. Stay blessed.